this is Michael Bosey. Welcome to my podcast, Marketing Without the Marketing. Thank you for being with me. I really appreciate it. Now, I'm in the middle of a series, Email Marketing 201. I've been talking about segmentation. In the last episode, I covered simple automation. And in this episode, I want to get into some more intermediate strategies. So if you haven't done the basics yet, sort of with a welcome sequence and even a basic follow-up sequence, go back to the last episode on simple automation. It's the last one in your feed. I'll leave a link in the show notes for you to make it easy if you've already deleted it or whatever. But it would be a good idea to have that set up before we cover these, because these are a little bit more advanced, and I want to make sure that you've built the foundation first. So these two episodes are kind of paired, if you will. All right, but I'd like to dive right in, so let's do that. Let's talk about RSS sequences and nurture sequences as a part of intermediate automation strategies for your email list. When you publish a blog post or a podcast episode or a new video or any type of new content, wouldn't it be nice for all of your email subscribers to just get notified via email in their inbox? That's called RSS, and most email service providers offer this. I use MailChimp, but this will work in Constant Contact, Emma, MadMimi, ConvertKit, Infusionsoft. This is a great feature and allows you to sort of get out of the newsletter type publishing and get into something that is more relevant to folks. Now, if you are publishing a regular blog, this removes a step. Now you don't have to just, publish the blog and then go and recreate the whole thing or a digest in email and send it out to your list. It just happens automatically. This is super powerful and a strategy that I use on my own list. And if you set this up in the way that I do, you can have this email fire whenever you publish, or you can send a monthly digest with links to what you've published in the past month. For me, on my list, I let my subscribers choose that. And you could do the same thing. If you want an example of this, go to my subscribe page, which is controlmousemedia.com/subscribe, and you'll see right on the page it says subscribe to, podcast, or blog, or both. And you'll notice on my subscribe page, both of those are pre-checked, which can be convenient for the subscriber, but look, it's also good for me as well, right? I'd rather that those are checked and someone opts out, because I want the chance to deliver these to folks. But it also says preferred frequency, so I let my subscribers choose to whether they want to get every new post that I publish once a month or a few times a year. And in every single message that I send, and this is important, I have a link to the page where you can update your settings. So my subscribers can change anytime they want. So if they select podcast, blog, and every new post, and they feel like that's too much, they can dial that down to a digest once a month. And look, this is nice to my subscribers, right? I let them choose. It's their inbox. They should get to choose this, and you can set this up too. So here's how this runs. Now, every time I publish a podcast, everyone who is subscribed to podcast, every new post via RSS, they automatically get an email that says, hey, there's a new episode that I just published. Now, for those folks who publish once a month, they're not going to get that until the time that I set, which I believe currently is for the 17th of every month. MailChimp is just paying attention to that, and on the 17th, it's going to take everything that hasn't been sent already, so 2-3 posts, and it'll build automatically a digest that sends this out to someone that says, hey, here are the past few podcast episodes that I've published over the past few weeks. Hope you enjoy them, with links to each of those episodes. And this happens automatically. I don't have to do anything. I set this up once, and now this runs every time I publish an episode. I don't have to think about it anymore. Now, you can set this up too, but one thing that I want to say that I feel is very important when you're doing an RSS sequence is you want to let people know that this is how it runs, right? That you're not going to do a ton of newsletters this strategy sort of evolves beyond that and just says, hey, I think you're interested in the content that I'm publishing. I'm just going to let you know when it publishes. Okay? As long as we're cool with that, me and my subscribers, then that's great. They know what to expect. I say this right in my welcome email to them, and then they're happy with it because I'm not sending them something out of the ordinary. They're just getting a notification when I publish to my blog or podcast, which is what they want. Now, I want to spend a whole episode on going through the nuts and bolts of how to set this up. This I just wanted as an overview, just so that you can sort of, start to examine and investigate what this looks like with your email service provider. But look, if you want me to help you set this up, book a session with me, and we'll do this directly, one-on-one, in your email service provider. You can do that at controlmousemedia.com/strategy, and we'll just get going with it. All right, let's move on to nurture sequences. And this gets a little bit more advanced, but super, super powerful again. And a nurture sequence, if you don't know what that is, it's where you set up a series of emails to be delivered sequentially that quote unquote nurture a customer. Right? So this is your chance to allow someone to get to know you a little better, and at the same time, little by little, drip by drip, to showcase your expertise. Remember, we're building trust with every email we send. We're not hammering someone's inbox with, look at me type content. We're building a relationship. And here's the thing. We can't just depend on people to go to our blog or follow us on social. They're not going to see everything that you post on social anyway. So why not send them something specific that's in their area of interest, exactly what they want to see and what you want them to see over a series of emails. Now, again, I let people choose on my list, so they select something that they want to learn. This is segmentation. And then I can send them exactly that. And now, you can see this on my subscribe form, for instance. If you notice it says, what do you want to learn? And then I've got a list of check boxes, content marketing for creatives. That's for visual artists, musicians, writers. But then I have blogging basics, podcasting basics, SEO basics, email strategy, repurposing content. Any one of those that gets selected, my subscribers have self-selected, put themselves into a group of folks who want to receive a specific set of content from me. And look, this is very different from the RSS strategy, because in the RSS strategy, I'm the one choosing the content. Whatever I publish that week, that's what people are going to get. With a nurture sequence, they get to choose what they want to see. So generally, it stands to reason these emails have a very high open rate, which is great for your list, right? Because, hey, it's what they asked for, right? It's good for them and good for you. So if someone is interested in learning SEO, I can send them directly a series of content that I've done on my approach to that. I get to build trust with them, but also help them be able to do SEO a little bit better using my approach, right? And again, I'm going to spend a whole episode on this in the future, just because I feel like this is really important, and setting this up and the nuts and bolts of this, I think, is really, really critical. But my goal here was not to detail how to do all of this. It was just to get you thinking about how you can use these strategies for your own email list. Just what is it that you can send people to give them some value little by little, in one by one email that's sort of topic by topic, that allows you to help them week after week for a certain span of time, whatever that is, and allows you to sort of show that you are an expert in this topic, or that you are in a position to help them to go through that trust building process, that relationship building process. Again, if you can't wait for that episode, let me help you think through this by booking a session, and we'll do this one-on-one, controlmousemedia.com/strategy. Or here's the thing, like anything that I do with content marketing or email marketing, if you sign up for my list, you can see how I do it in practice. You can watch me do it live with my own lists. You can do that. Sign up at controlmousemedia.com/subscribe. Left a link for all of this stuff in the show notes so that it's super easy to click through and you don't have to type all this stuff in. Again, you're going to see the subscribe form, the type of information that I collect, and you're going to see what happens once you're subscribed, right? You're going to see what happens when you select each of these things. So be mindful about what you pick. I set this type of thing up for my clients all the time, and it's always fun to see these things in action once you set this up and they just start to run. And like I've said over and over again, for us as small business owners, this is absolutely critical. This allows us to replicate our time, so we don't have to be there and present all the time and answering questions, especially with those cold leads at the outer edges of the funnel. The time that we want to lean in and talk to people is when they've gotten to know us a little bit. And automation, especially strategies like this, that's your opportunity to do that, to get to know people a little bit better. And then think about that. You can start a conversation at a much higher level than just someone who's asking you a random question randomly from Twitter or whatever. So this is the power of automation and drawing people into your world and building trust with them. It's really, really powerful. All right, hope that that's helpful. I want to cover one more thing in email marketing in 201 strategies, and that is list hygiene and maintenance, at least an overview of that, because once we get into segmentation and automation, where we're starting to send people messages and we're getting more people subscribing and unsubscribing and all that, it's key to running a good marketing campaign and a good email list to keep the list clean. I'll get into all of that and why that's important. May not be the sexiest topic, but really, really critical to maintaining good open rates and good click-through rates, which is going to affect your delivery rates too. And I'll explain that in the next episode. All right, as always, really appreciate your attention. Appreciate that you're with me and that you listen, and it means a lot to me. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you on the next episode.